All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Douglas McGibbon. This is the Village of Royal Palm Beach Special Magistrate hearing for Wednesday, May 12th, 2021. Um, you may want to turn your phones off just to avoid the embarrassment, or at least put them on vibrate. Uh, First thing I'm going to do is swear everyone in. Everyone, please raise your right hand. Say, I do when we're done. Does everyone swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Say, I do. All right, and waiting for the commotion to go down in the back. Most of our hearings today are going to be fine assessment hearings or violation hearings. This is the process. The village will call your name. When you hear yourself being called, you will go over to that podium and identify yourself. The village's attorney will show you documents that they will ask you to object to or not object to. The code enforcement officer will testify, and then it'll be your chance to rebut or question or do whatever you wish to do at that phase. That switches when we get to the fine mitigation hearings. Those people have already been through a violation hearing and a fine assessment hearing. They're asking for relief, and they get to go first. I think I've covered all the high points. Please take it away, Village.
Thank you, sir. Amity Barnard, Assistant Village Attorney. We're starting on the agenda on page 1, fine assessment hearing, case 21-0117, 11776 Dahlia Drive, Alexis and Alki Acosta.
Tina Foley, Code Officer for the Village of Royal Palm. We would like to enter the following into evidence. Exhibit 1, order finding violation. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership. Exhibit 3, permit information.
Okay. Is that up on her screen as well? Are we going through the documents with her?
Yes, ma'am. If you could look at that screen to the right there, I'm going to scroll through the documents, and at the end I'm going to ask you if you have any objection. Exhibit 1, make it a little bit smaller, is the previous order finding violation. Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership. Exhibit 3 is the village's ISO 400 permit information. Do you have any objection to this?
Move those microphones further apart. Feedback. Admitted without objection. All right, so we have a gazebo in the unpermitted gazebo. That's what I'm asking. Unpermitted gazebo, is that what we have in this case?
Oh, yes.
Okay. All right, they're saying you have an unpermitted, or a gazebo or some sort of structure in your yard, and you did not get a permit. You didn't show up for the last hearing when I would have given you enough time to apply for a permit, and now you're here. So what would you like to say?
So,
First, tell us who you are.
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
What is your name?
My name is Sandri Clase. Oh, Alex is here.
Oh,
Sorry.
come on in. We got to swear him in too. Yes. All right, since you're new, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Okay, shaking his head, so I take that as an affirmative yes. All right, back to your name. What was your name again?
My name is Sandri Clase.
All right, you're going to have to spell that for us because these masks are bad.
SANDRYCLASSE.
All right, and what is your relation to the homeowner?
I'm a friend.
Friend, okay. And you are, sir? Su nombre?
Alexis Acosta.
Okay. And obviously the homeowner.
Yes.
All right, so they're saying that there's a structure or gazebo in the yard that wasn't permitted. Do you deny that?
Yes, they installed the gazebo, but now we start the process for the permit, and we're just waiting for the issue the permit. We submit all the documentation.
All right, you applied for a permit?
Yes.
All right, we don't show that here, or do we? Yes, 429, okay. Cool. So does this mean we're going to give them more time to go through the process, or no?
Yeah, they're in the process. They've done all the other items, so we can give them additional time.
Okay, that's fine. I'm happy that they're trying to get permits, so I'm more than willing to not give them a fine and give them some more time. So
So
tell me when.
we'd be asking for compliance by May 27th for the 6/9 fine assessment hearing if necessary, and we'll maintain the $25 a day fine.
Okay, so we're bumping you a little because you did apply for the permit. So
Yes.
hopefully it will be issued by 5/27. It's in plan check now, so that gives them a couple weeks to get through. And hopefully it'll all be sorted out by the June 9th hearing. Okay, you're going to show up on the 9th if the permit hasn't been issued. You're going to talk to them about not appearing if the permit has. They may be able to excuse you. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay, just want to make sure everyone's on the same page. Thank you very much. You'll get an order in the mail.
Okay.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Now we stop for cleaning. At least I'm getting that part down now.
Next, we're moving to page 2 of the agenda. This is now violation hearings. Halfway down the page, 21-0136, 11423, Sage Meadow Terrace, Peaches M. Sharp.
Okay, number 2, garage door and disrepair.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I skipped over the first one. I'm sorry.
Ah, next one.
Second one down, violation hearings. Case 20-0892, 245 Ponderosa Court, Alina and Herbert Danowit.
Is Costco having a sale on gazebos? No. All right, anyone here for 245 Ponderosa Court? Just wait 1 second until she finishes cleaning because of our lovely COVID pandemic. All right, go up to the microphones, tell us who you are, and we'll show you some documents.
I'm Herbert Danowit and my wife, Elena.
Elena Donovan, yes.
Code section is 2657, 622-108.4, gazebo and structure built without a permit and electrical work. Observed this on 12/4/20. The notice of violation was mailed out on 12/8/20 and was posted. The notice of hearing was mailed out on 3/31/21 and was signed for on 4/2/21. We would like to enter the following into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation and affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. And Exhibit 4, pictures.
All right.
If you all could look at the screen to the right of you, I'm going to scroll through the documents and at the end ask if you have any objection. Exhibit 1 is the affidavit of service for the notice of violation, the mailing information, the notice of hearing, signed green card. Exhibit 2 is the notice of hearing. Exhibit 3 is verification of ownership. And Exhibit 4 is photographs of the violations. Do you have any objection to these documents?
No.
Thank you.
Okay, you have double service because you posted it, or you posted it and you've got a signed green card. Could the code enforcement officer tell me in the picture where the shed is? It's kind of hidden by the
Well, it's
shrubs.
like a
Gazebo?
I'm not really sure what it is. It's a pergola, it's a structure, but it's behind the hedge here,
Right.
so it's very hard to see. This picture on 12/4, you can actually see it a little bit more.
Exhibit 4,
Yes.
I think. Okay. Okay, so structure, pergola-ish type structure.
Yes.
All right, they're saying you have a structure in your yard that's not permitted, do you?
That's correct.
Okay. Have you applied for a permit yet?
I did.
You did. Okay. We're doing well here then.
It isn't showing on our end yet, so,
Here, but who's going to show somebody
but
something?
he's, yeah.
Could council please approach him and we'll see what he has. And since it's our own records. So he's started the process, hopefully. No, they're probably your own documents anyway.
Looks like you applied on May 5th.
Okay, admitted without objection, so they have a permit applied for, it started. Since we already have these documents, we'll give those. Yeah, they may have to variant or get a variance if they want to put it there, which is all part of the fun. Okay, but they're starting, so if they're gonna follow the rules here, we're gonna give them some time to make it. So April, May, we're gonna give them a lot more time if it's taking this long to.
Well, the
slot
issue
through.
is it may be it's in an easement.
Yeah, they may be having to apply for a variance or something.
They can't get a variance for an easement.
Nope.
No. But their alternative remedy is to remove it.
If it's in an easement, they can't.
Well, do they need to be denied though? I mean, do they need that opportunity? If they're gonna go through the process.
Showing the survey about the easement. The pergola is away from the easement except for one corner, one tiny corner.
So that's why I'm gonna give them a little more time to work their way through the process. If,
Thank you, Your Honor. Yeah.
Can we apply for a variance?
Have you talked to planning about that yet?
I called them and they told me to come here first, and depending on the results, to call them out and ask for a
We don't
variance.
have any results on the variance.
No, we haven't applied yet. They just told me I could.
Yeah.
so I'm gonna give them an opportunity to go through it, especially if. Now, Ms. Walker, you looked at his survey,
Uh-huh.
and did it indicate that only a small portion of the pergola or whatever structure is in the easement area?
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna give him an opportunity if most of it's out. If it was all in, I'd be like, you gotta get it out, but if it's barely in, who knows?
Well, but I'm not sure that changes whether it can or can't be there, whether it's a portion or the entire thing. If it can't be there,
Well, I'm gonna let him go through the process, and if they tell him it can't be there, then we'll all be fine and we'll move on to getting him to get rid of it, but I'm gonna at least give him the opportunity.
I know, but we can't, we'll have to do a status.
yeah, can
Just
we?
do a status fine assessment hearing for a later date, or status violation hearing for a later date.
So
Pick your poison, we're gonna give him more time though.
Yeah, the issue again we have at all these hearings is we don't have hearing dates every month anymore, so the 6/9 date is confirmed. We don't
So
have,
we'll put him
we
to
have
6/9.
and it would just be status/fine. We'd ask for compliance by 5/27, and by then he should get a definitive answer from.
Yeah, and then, all right, so what they're saying now is that you've got to go through the process a bit, and I'm giving you some time to get through the process for them to tell you it can be, you can get a variance or you can't get a variance, and then you can decide whether or not you can modify the structure or remove the structure or do something else. But while you're trying, I'm going to give you time.
Okay.
So you have until May 27th for the village to decide what process they want you to go through, whether you'll just be rejected or whether they'll let you go on.
We'll have to contact planning,
Right.
and then you'll have to either start the application process for the variance, or then contact us and let us know that that's not gonna work, you're gonna be removing it. And then we need, more time between that May 27th, which probably will either way. We'll see you at the June 19th.
And that way we can give you more time if you're going through the process or more time to remove it if it can't be varied.
Okay.
Okay?
But just,
All right,
just
so
let
get
the
an order
magistrate-
in the mail.
Just so he's clear, those comments required additional documents. I don't think the survey that he has there has been submitted through the system. So it wasn't just, it's not in the correct
Okay.
place. He needs to
So you
submit the
need
documents
to
that are
finish
required.
submitting the additional documents they
Right.
were requiring. So make sure you do that in the next day or two. Okay? Okay, great. So it's 527, 6/9, status fine, $25.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, granted.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, and cleaning interval.
So you're gonna contact planning, that's the next step, and then see if they'll, give an answer in the variance. Okay? All right. Have a good day.
Now we're at case 21-0136, 11423 Sage Meadow Terrace. Peaches M. Clark.
Code Section 06190A1, garage door in disrepair. I observed this on 2/23/21. The notice of violation, notice of violation was mailed out 2/23/21 and was signed for on 2/25/21. The notice of hearing was mailed out on 3/31/21 and was returned on 4/2/21 with USPS. We would like to enter the following into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing and USPS tracking. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. Exhibit 4, pictures.
Okay. Your name, ma'am?
Peaches Clark.
Great, thank you. Would you look at the screen? They're going to go show you some documents.
Thank you, ma'am. If you look to the computer monitor to your right, these are the documents the village would like to enter into evidence. Exhibit 1 is the notice of violation with the mailing, green card, certified mailing. Proof of delivery from USPS. The notice of hearing is Exhibit 2. Exhibit 3 is verification of ownership. And Exhibit 4 is photographs of the violation.
Oh, okay.
Do you have any objection to these documents, ma'am?
No, I don't.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, admitted without objection. Okay. So there's no garage door there. I take it it's just plywooded.
No,
Or is there one behind it?
Can I submit my stuff?
Well,
What I
we're
have.
getting through them first.
Okay.
And then
There's
you
no
get-
garage door.
Could you move those microphones a little further apart?
There's no garage door.
That's undertoning her voice. I like the louder version. I can at least hear that. All right, so
All I have is plywood.
all you have is the wood.
What you see is what I have.
Good. That's all I wanted. There's no garage door there other than the wood. Okay. So obviously the garage door is in disrepair because there's no garage door there other than the,
Someone ran into my house. I have major damage inside the house. So I have all my documentation to show that I have been dealing with this since June 11th of last year. I had to wait for the I purchased a garage door thinking I could put it up. And they told me no because of the damage in the house. They have to replace or think about replace the ceiling in the garage. So they cannot attach the door until that has been done. I have been with insurance company. They finally settled in March. Then I have to get a contractor to come out. I have all my documentation. I finally got a contract with someone. Then I have to get the architect to come and draw plans to show how they're going to fix all the damage inside the house that's not visible. This is the best part. Inside the house is not like this. And I'm in the process of waiting for the architect to come back in with the plans, which is supposed to be sometime this week. And then the contractor is going to submit to the village for the permits so they can start the work.
okay.
And if anyone knows of a way I can expedite my contract, expedite my process when it gets there, I'll greatly appreciate it.
All right. So she seems to have a pile of documents there that you may want to look at just to verify her testimony.
Yes, if you want, but these are my copies. Okay. So this is from the my police report to say how this woman ran in the house and created all this problem for me. This is my proof that I purchased a garage door. This is my stuff from the insurance company when they finally went through and said, you know, we're gonna do when as to when they did the settlement. And this is my contractor guy. And these are all the stuff from the person about how much work needs to be done. I purchased a garage door. They got a contract. They pulled a permit, and the permit has expired. You call me every day. The permit is expired. I'm like, I can't do anything because I can't do anything. And this is just appraisal from the people. The third party person had to come out to work with the insurance company. You don't need it. Okay. And then this is.
No, I think she's giving you more than enough.
And this is for the contract I'm working with.
Now,
You guys need that? No? Okay. Okay.
yeah, we have testimony on, if you want to put these into evidence, we could just acknowledge the fact that, because there's a lot there, and I don't want to put it in public record if we don't have to. Okay, so that's acceptable. All right, so you know where I'm going with this, right? So you know where I'm going with this. We're going to give them time to go through the process here some more because, she's got a garage door. She would have it put up. She could have it put up and it not being real functional, if it's not able to be attached to the ceiling because it's got to go up somewhere when it goes up. So
So
this is going to be passed.
yeah, we originally had the same
Right.
527, but there is a July 14th hearing, so if we could
So yeah, let's do the July hearing and
comply
she's
by
going to have some more
7/1.
time and she's probably going to come back in July and give us the status.
Okay.
So when's the July hearing?
It'd be compliance by 7/1
Okay,
or status/fine July 14th,
okay, 14th. So you'll be back here on the 14th to tell us how far along you've gotten in the process.
or $25 a day just to keep that
All right, and
memorialized.
we're
in
making
order.
it a status/fine assessment hearing, and as you see, if you're going through the process and you're making progress, I tend to bump them along until you at least reach an answer from somebody.
Okay, and I have a question to ask. I mean, honestly, how long does it usually take? Because I know the contractor told me after I get my stuff, I have to go to the building people, and then he has to submit the various permits based on all the damages in their house. Do we know how long, for my own peace of mind, how long that takes on average?
If they, yeah,
So the permitting, if your contractor has everything that he submits, it's a fairly very easy process. Could be 2 weeks, it could be less than a week. It just depends on if he has everything when he submits.
Okay,
so if he has the right engineering and the right architecture
and that's what we're waiting for.
and all that is all together. But you saw the previous person, I think, with the gazebo, they sometimes ask for, I need more of this, I need more of that.
Okay, just depends on what they're asking. Okay.
And we just need to make sure he's registered in the village.
How would I know that? Oh, God, I hope he
You
is.
can ask him or you can call us,
Okay.
okay?
But the registration cost to register in the village is like $0 or $2 or some
Let me write this down.
ridiculously cheap amount.
So
So,
he needs to be registered in the village.
and it just may be a form to fill out. Because he's a state licensed GC probably. We'll find.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So
you so very
good luck and hopefully one day you'll actually have a working garage.
Hopefully one day I'll have a door inside my house, because I have no door inside either.
Well, it's almost the rainy season.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
Okay. All right, who's next on our agenda?
Next one down, case 21-0248-11763 Balsam Drive, Alexander PJ and Jacqueline E. Henry.
Okay. See, I had no trouble hearing her. Good enunciation. Oh, it was horrible. You may have to play back the tape.
I got it. On Dahlia, the first name was S-A-N. S-A-N is in Nancy, V-R-I. Last name V-R-I.
I have D-Y-I. So that's why I'm saying you may have to go back to the tape.
I think it's
And it was
Sadie.
like Talos is the last name.
I've
that I
talked to her on the phone. It was Sadie on the phone, so I don't know. Yeah.
C-L-A-S-S-E.
All right. Okay, we're up to number.
Code section is 14.2, 2316, miscellaneous items, vehicle parked in the swell in the wrong direction. I observed this on 3/24/21. The notice of violation was signed for at the office. The notice of hearing was mailed out on 4/6/21, and I have actual service. We'd like to enter the following into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. And Exhibit 4, pictures.
All right. Tell us your name.
Jacqueline Henry.
Thank you. And would you please look at the computer screen to your right? And they're going to go through some documents.
Thank you, ma'am. These are the exhibits the village would like it to enter into evidence. Exhibit 1 is the notice of violation. The notice of hearing. Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership.
Verification of ownership.
Okay.
I put,
There you go. So let me start over. Exhibit 1, the notice of violation. Exhibit 2 is the notice of hearing. Exhibit 3 is verification of ownership. And Exhibit 4 is photographs of the violations.
They just misnumbered some exhibits on the bottom.
No, that was my mistake.
Do you have any objection to these documents, ma'am?
no.
Thank you.
All
ma'am.
right, admitted without objection. All right, let's go through the problems. Let's start with parking. Angle parking is not allowed.
No.
Okay, so they have to park parallel.
Yes.
All right, do you understand that, ma'am? You cannot park in at an angle. They have to park parallel to the street.
Yes, sir.
All right, so that's the one problem that should be easy to fix. The other one, miscellaneous items. Probably looks like a mower underneath there. Is that a lawnmower underneath that tarp, or go back, go right there? What's underneath the tarp?
That's a long.
A lawnmower.
Okay, so that should be fine. Just covered up, shouldn't it?
Well, you can't use the blue tarps for coverage.
Okay. Why not?
I mean, that should be all right though, actually, because it's behind a fence. So you
Yeah,
don't
so the
see it
lawnmower should be
You
fine.
don't see it from the road.
Yeah.
There's a lot of miscellaneous.
Oh, no,
in
I'm
that.
just getting rid of the big one because the lawnmower should be good. But yes, there's a ton of other stuff she needs to deal with. I'm just trying to make sure that the big thing is okay, and then she just needs to work her way through the rest of it. All right. So outside storage is a problem in the village, and you're not supposed to store miscellaneous items outside. So we're going to give them time to correct. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So what's the time? Is this going to be a 5:27, 6:09 thing?
Yes, sir. $25 a day.
Okay, 5:27, 6:09, 25. All right, so I haven't said this yet, and it's going to be in the order you get. There's only one part of the order that's in bold, and it says, if you fix these things, call the code enforcement officer to have them verify it so they can give you what's known as an affidavit of compliance to say that you are done. The cars are easy. You just have to park them parallel to the road and call her, and that will be taking care of that. The lawnmower is not a problem as long as it's behind the fence, but you have to get rid of all the rest of the outside stored, unstored items somehow. Am I correct in this, village? I just want to make sure everyone's on the same page now. So if you do all that and you call them for an inspection before May 27th and you are done, they'll give you an affidavit of compliance. You won't have to come back. Everything will be fine.
Okay. May
Okay.
27th.
May 27th is your date. So the cars are easy. Like I said, just no angle parking, just straight parallel parking. So they just have to pull in behind each other. And then call them for an inspection when you get the rest of the stuff taken care of.
Okay.
Okay? You'll get an order in the mail.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Staying on
Cleaning
the same
interval.
page at the bottom. We'll wait for cleaning. Sorry.
Cleaning interval. Dina hasn't cleaned anything today. Usually they tag team it.
I know.
I know.
We're at the bottom of page 2. It's case 20-0816, 2136 Reston Circle, Norris, excuse me if I mispronounced, and Charles Prade.
Margaret Hancock, Code Enforcement Officer for the Village of Royal Palm Beach. Code Sections 2657, canopy or gazebo without a permit. I observed this violation on 10/20/20, sent out notice of violation on 10/20/20, and sent out notice of hearing on 4/27/21.
Why don't we just take one
and
small break
posted it.
here? I think I need to swear a bunch of people in. Everyone here needs to, yeah. Everyone who's new, which is all of you in the audience, please raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, Senora Sumano?
I didn't enter my evidence.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Say, I do.
Yes.
Okay, I'll take that as a yes from everyone. All right, they have been sworn. Please proceed.
Okay, starting back at the top. Code Sections 2657, canopy/gazebo without a permit. I observed this violation on 10/20/20, sent out notice of violation, certified mail on 10/20/20, sent out notice of hearing on 4/27/21, and posted it to the property. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, USPS tracking. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing, affidavit of service. Exhibit 3, verification ownership. Exhibit 4, AS 400 permit information. And Exhibit 5, pictures.
Okay. Please state your names for the record.
Sunny's Noise.
And you, sir?
Bradshaw.
Thank you. Everybody's here. Okay.
Thank you. If you look to the computer screen to your right, I'm going to scroll through the documents, and at the end, I'm going to ask if you have any objection. These are the village's exhibits we'd like to enter into evidence. Exhibit 1 is the mailing, proof of delivery for the notice of hearing, notice of violation. Affidavit of service for the notice of hearing is Exhibit 2. The notice of hearing. Exhibit 3 is verification of ownership. Exhibit 4 is the village's ISO 400 permit information. And Exhibit 5 is a photograph of the violation. Do you have any objection to the documents?
All right, admitted without objection. So I take it's a roof structure behind the hedge in Exhibit 5 is what you're talking about?
Yes, the gazebo, or
Okay.
pergola, whatever you want to call it.
Whatever they call it. So 2136, correct address. Yep. All right, they're saying you have a gazebo or a pergola or some sort of structure in the yard and it does not have a permit. Let's break those down. Is there a structure back there?
Okay, pretty much when we had that, it was around the pandemic. And when we moved over there, we were trying to get contact with somebody. It was kind of hard to get contact with somebody because it was exactly around the pandemic. We couldn't get in touch with anybody. But it's a removable gazebo. It could move anytime. So when we get that letter, we are trying to get contact with Sean. And which is Sean came to the house, I would say about a month ago. He came and looked at it, and it's like, we don't need a permit for it because it's a removable. We could move it anytime we want.
You spoke with Sean?
Yes.
Okay, see, the problem we have is we don't have Sean here and you didn't get anything from Sean saying it's okay.
Yeah, which is, like I told Sean, because I was the one that I told Sean, we were talking to Margaret. Margaret has sent us email about the paper, in which is we sent that. I went over there in Sean's office and dropped it off to Sean with all the information. And when Sean came, he's like, okay, I'm going to look at it. I'm going to make sure and let them know that you don't need a permit for it. Sean, I believe, is the office manager for the HOA over there.
Oh, the HOA.
Yeah.
So the HOA has
Yeah,
nothing
because
to
it's
do
like,
with, no, the HOA is a separate entity, okay? They're just a little corporation that runs your neighborhood. You have to have a permit from the Village of Royal Palm Beach, which is the actual government that runs the Village of Royal Palm Beach. So the people at the HOA can tell you anything they want to tell you, but you still have to comply with the Village of Royal Palm Beach's requirements, which require a permit because it's a structure. So if it's removable, it's probably even worse. Because the whole point of the structure ordinances are to keep structures like sheds and gazebos and pergolas from flying around during hurricanes. And we can't rely on you to remove it during a hurricane because you may be busy doing other things or you may not be there. So if it's unsecured, it's going to go fly somewhere and hit something. And that's the problem. So you either need to get a permit from the village or you need to remove it.
So how can I get a contact to get a permit from the village?
Well, first off, if it's removable and you take it down, then everything's good and we start from zero. We start from scratch.
Okay.
And then you need to get a survey to show where you're going to put it so it will be acceptable to the village. It can't be in a setback or something like that. And I know those Madison greenhouses are tiny, tiny lots, so it can be a problem. So you have to get some sort of.
Can I get the person information to who I could contact with?
Yeah, you'll
get all
talk to
that
the
set
lady
up?
sitting behind the desk here or someone else in the building department.
All
and
our
apply for a
permits are
permit.
done online now.
Yeah. You need to go online to the Village of Royal Palm Beach and apply for a permit. And that process will take a while, so, okay. So what do you want to do with these people?
We're asking for compliance by 5/27 or the 6/9 fine assessment hearing or $25 a day fine. Oh, I'm sorry, 7/1, 7/1/7/14 days.
7/1/7/14?
Yes, sir, or $25 a day
Good.
fine.
Okay. So they've given you a couple months now, basically. This is May 12th or something? Is that right? May 12th. So they're giving you basically until the 7/14 meeting, but you've got to get things rolling really fast now to get your permit application in to see if you can even have it there.
By when again? I'm sorry. By
You're going to get something in the mail from me.
I'll give you the building permit phone number, it's 790
1 second.
5128.
And you're going to go.
7905128.
That's for the building department.
Okay. And see if you can get it permitted. If it's removable, and you remove it before 7/1, it's also fine. You just have to call and let them know that it's removed. So,
And for how long do I have? Until when?
well, you're supposed to have this either in the process or removed by July 1st. So, go in there and see if you can, well, you don't go in anymore.
Right, it's done online, right.
Call and see, or call and talk to someone, get their email address, start throwing documents back and forth so you can see whether or not this is even permittable, because this is a Matty greenhouse, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have beautiful houses, you have no yards. So the problem is, if in that case, lots of things are in the setback because you have no yards.
Most likely.
So that's going to be a problem. So you may have a problem, and you may not be able to put one up, but if it's removable, at least you can take it down and not be in trouble and not get fines. Okay.
And just so the record is clear, Special Magistrate, the compliance, if they go the permit route, would be issuance of the permit, not just that.
Yeah, it's not, but if they're in the process, you can see I will give you more time if you're going along well. If you just file something and you just let it go, then I'll fine you. So, if you're serious about it, you'll get some time. If you're not serious about it, it'll be a problem. But hopefully, if you want to keep it in, if it's removable, at least you can take it down and try to put it up or sell it if it's not acceptable in that location. Okay? All right, 7/1/7/14/25 granted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is like gazebo day. Got more on the next page too. Okay. Next.
Leaving.
Oh, cleaning interval.
This isn't turning off now.
Oh well. It's a permanent mic.
No, it messes up when I go to clean.
Probably like most computer equipment, just unplug it and plug it back in and see if it works again.
think we have a new person in that we could swear in while we're waiting. Did the gentleman, you got sworn in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone's sitting here.
You got it, you're on it. Multitasking.
Chief Code Enforcement Cleaner.
Wow. I think we all could use her.
Page 3, case 21-0022, 126 Sunflower Circle. Mayasati E. and Selena Ramos.
The good thing is we have so many of these that they're getting an education.
Code section 622, 108.4, 2657, a structure without a permit. I observed this violation on 11521, sent out notice of violation, certified mail on 11521, it was returned to me on 12521. And I sent out notice of hearing, certified mail on 4/6/21. I received it back on 4/12 of 21. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. Exhibit 4, AS400 permit information. And Exhibit 5, pictures.
Okay, tell us your names.
Sending Brito.
Okay, and you, sir, are?
Erwin Pena.
Irwin's easy. What's the benefit? B-E-N-N-E-T-T?
Is ERWIN
Yes, and last,
PENA.
B-E-N-N?
Pila computer.
Pen.
What's the last name? P.E.
PENA.
Benna.
See, in
Got it,
South
okay.
Florida, it's more like you're a fishing reel. Okay, I understand pen reels. They're really expensive and good. All right, so the documents are going to show up on your screen to the right. Look at them as they go by.
These are the exhibits the village would like to enter into evidence. Exhibit 1 is the notice of violation with the certified mailing documentation. The notice of hearing, again with the certified mail documentation. Exhibit 3 is verification of ownership. Exhibit 4 is the village's ISO
Slow
400,
there for a second. I just want to look at the dates.
ISO
Okay, thank
400
you.
permit information. And Exhibit 5 is a photograph of the violation. Any objection to these documents? Any objection to the documents?
No.
All right,
thank
admitted
you.
without objection. All right, so what we're really looking is the structure in Exhibit 5, the photograph with, looks like a metalish roof.
Correct.
Okay, it looks very sturdy, but now is that behind the house, to the side of the house? I really can't tell.
Behind,
So it may be permittable?
it may be.
May be permittable.
You're going to need architectural drawings on it.
Yeah, there are certain places you can put these things, and I'm trying to find out if your place is okay. The problem is going to be this. When you go buy a Ted shed, or whoever's shed, they literally will give you a set of engineering drawings. And these engineering drawings will have wind load calculations. So you'll know that they'll be able to withstand a, category 3, 130 mile an hour wind, or whatever the standard is. This looks like a beautiful homemade structure, and the cost of the engineering and architectural drawings to save it may be far more expensive than the actual structure itself, is what I'm trying to tell you.
Yes, the thing is, matter of fact, I'm her nephew, and she contacted me 3 weeks ago about this issue that she was having. I do construction, I understand. The thing that happened was she had a shed over there, permit and everything, but the roof went off, and she modified with this. But basically, the shed that she had used to have a permit, and I have the permit on site. The thing that she didn't know is that making that modification, she need to pull another permit.
So,
That's the thing, and we have the permit.
so you
over
had an
here.
originally permitted shed, the shed roof was in trouble, you put this, is it over the shed?
Yeah.
It was a gazebo.
Was that?
It was a gazebo before, not a shed.
Is
It was a gazebo.
All right, so they're saying
Basically,
the
it's
prior permit was for a gazebo instead
Yeah,
of a
this
shed.
is kind of gazebo. Is
Yeah, well,
it's,
are you going to apply for a permit? Or are you going to take it down?
that's the main reason that we are here, to see if we can get more time just to apply. I even ordered more the newer survey just to get the permitting process. But
Good,
it's
okay.
gonna take me
Seven
some
one,
time.
714 is going to be
Yes.
our deals then.
Yes, sir. Compliance by 7-1,
7-1,
7-14, or 25.
we're giving you the extra month and a half, 2 months to get your things in the process.
Exactly. Joseph, if I'm gonna do in the process, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to complete everything by.
I don't know, I would hope you would be completed, but if you are far along enough in the process that it's like that you've given them everything they need,
Yes,
and they're in plan check, and it's
exactly.
going to take more time, I will give you more time, because
Yes.
you've done everything you
And
can do.
I've been in contact with Margaret. She knows as soon as I got involved in all this, um, she knows everything, and I explained to her.
Okay. So we seem to have some activity over here, so I'm going to let that settle out, see if they need to tell me anything. Roof, fence, low something, hag.
Everything that is in the property right now in the back, everything has permit. She has a
Well, she had a prior permit, she needs a new one.
exactly.
So that's good for location and all that other
Yes,
things.
everything is within
But
the
we just-
setbacks and everything.
Yeah, we just have to get the,
Yes, sir.
whatever the village requires to get your permit
It
issued
used
for
to
number
be a
2.
gazebo,
Yes, sir. I
and
will
then
be
the gazebo
doing-
disappeared,
doing-
and that popped up.
Okay, they're still talking.
It's open.
Give them time.
And that space right there before was a gazebo.
Well, that's up to the building department to figure out.
Right, but I'm just trying to make sure he has guidance.
Yeah, please give him guidance.
I would say they
Just want to
might
make sure
be.
everyone,
Do you have a pre-picture?
No. Not in here. I have one in the office.
I have the survey that has pictures on it.
We have your phone number, right,
Okay.
that we
No.
can make sure, because I don't want you to, try to apply for a roof if you're gonna
need a structure.
have to do the whole.
That's
structure.
that's the other. You don't see it really good over there.
I do have his phone number in my file.
This is this one.
That's
and this
one.
is-
That's the other one.
uh-huh.
There's two over there, I believe. The other pictures are here.
All right there.
Hey, if you're going to go for it, go for broke, you know?
Oh, no, these are
Sitting
copies.
right in that spot before was a
Short
gazebo.
over there, but basically it's the same,
Let me
the same
just take a look
structure. Yes. I got the survey over here. If you need. Yep.
the building department getting a permit for the entire structure.
You have the survey?
Yes.
Let me just show you. So, the permit that they got showed a gazebo here, and a gazebo here, and a shed. So now the gazebo is here.
No, I have a big
Let me
permit.
see. Because I have the permit over here when everything was.
So gazebo, right?
The
Shed.
shed and another gazebo.
The other gazebo.
The gazebo is in the same as that location.
The same.
We never moved it. This is the front.
Right. Who are yours on the, all three of yours are on the same side, right? Yeah, they're on different sides. They are on
Well,
different
gazebo
sides.
and the shed are on the.
No lo cambiaron.
So you have to, you're gonna have to apply for a permit to change this whole thing that you did there. And this is supposed to be 8 by 10.
Yes.
Did you change your rafters? This looks new.
That's new.
Yes.
Yeah, because
So
the thing.
basically, you're getting a permit for the whole structure.
Okay.
Because all you have here are your posts,
Okay.
okay? So you're gonna, you need the drawings, and then you're gonna submit for the whole structure plus the roof, of course.
¿Qué
No
le van a poner
Okay.
arriba?
Okay.
¿Qué le ponen
So
arriba?
this is yours, I don't want you to.
David, ¿qué le van a poner arriba?
Okay. All right, 7171425 still stands.
Wait a minute. No.
This is your drawing.
Yes.
I don't want you to lose it,
Okay.
okay?
No problem.
Okay, you'll get an order in the mail. You have until July to get yourself into the process and move it along. So
Wrong? Thank you, sir.
have fun.
Thank you.
¿Y cuánto te
All right, who's our next one?
Cleaning.
Oh, cleaning interval.
Thank
That was
you.
so good at the beginning. I believe.
Yes, she
Yes.
was there.
Yeah, we had a second crowd, and I see some mid-sized heels out there that I have to swear in later.
Next case is 21-0047, 426 La Mancha Avenue, Natasha Jean Louis.
Code section is 14.4, disabled vehicle. 14.4A, sorry, disabled vehicle. I observed this violation on 12521. Sent out notice of violation on 12521. Received it back on 2/121. I sent out notice of hearing, certified mail on 4/23/21. And I actually spoke to the homeowner last hearing in reference to this hearing. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1,
Dr. Wetzel.
violation.
Oh, never
Exhibit 2, notice of hearing. Exhibit 3, verification ownership. Exhibit 4, pictures.
Okay. Please tell us your name.
Natasha Jean Louis.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. If just looking at the screen, those are the exhibits the village would like to enter evidence. Exhibit 1 is the certified mailing for the notice of violation. Exhibit 2 is the notice of hearing. Exhibit 3 is verification of ownership. And Exhibit 4 is photographs of the violation. Do you have any objection to these documents, ma'am?
No.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So we have a Chevrolet of some variety that doesn't have a tag on it.
Yeah, no tag, and the left back tire keeps going flat on it.
Well, they can fix the tire, but the tag's a little more and more fun.
Yep,
And if she puts the car in the garage,
that's fine.
so
It's gone.
oh, well, in that case, I don't have to worry about putting it in the garage.
Yeah.
Are you
sorry.
asking the code enforcement officer to go by your house and do an inspection to make sure the
She
car's?
can, or she can take a look at my phone. I took the picture this morning.
No, she'll go by. It's part of her
Yeah.
job.
When
She's,
did you
she's going to give
remove
you
it?
something called an affidavit of compliance.
I'm
They're
sorry.
they're going to give you something called an affidavit of compliance,
Okay.
which means that they've gone by and certified that the vehicle is gone on a certain date, so you can't be in trouble.
Okay.
So you're asking her to look, she'll go look. And we're going to give her till the 27th to
Yes, sir.
fix this.
527 or 69 or $25 day fine.
527, 69, 25, and it'll probably be resolved by 513.
At the
She'll go
latest.
by and look at it today or tomorrow just to make sure it's all good and you're done.
Okay. No
Okay?
problem. Thank you.
You get an order in the mail. Just follow up. Give her a call in a week just to make sure that she's seen it, that you've got your affidavit and you're through to the system.
Okay.
Okay?
Good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was too easy. All right, I have people outside, I would assume, for reduction hearings? No?
We still have violation hearings.
One?
We still have violation hearings.
Oh, we have a violation? Oh, Progress Residential? You have the not magic touch. They'll just unplug it. I think they should just steal the microphone from the attorney and just switch it. That's fine. All right, first thing I'm going to do is make you raise your right arms. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right, and everyone knows their right from their left. It's a wonderful day.
Thank you. This is case 21-0192, 163 Sunflower Circle, David J. and Deborah R. Patron.
Code sections 14.4, disabled unused vehicle. I observed this violation on 3/16/21, sent out notice of violation, certified mail on 3/16/21. I got the green card back on 3/24/21. I sent out notice of hearing, certified mail on 4/21/21. Came back to me on 4/29/21 and posted it to the property as well. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing, affidavit of service. Exhibit 3, verification ownership. Exhibit 4, pictures.
Okay. Please identify yourselves for the record.
My name is James Reed. I'm the owner of the vehicle, and this is my father, David Patron.
All right, Reed, and you are the car owner, and this
And
is
he's the
David
resident.
Patron, the property owner.
Mhm.
All right, I
How
think
do you
we've
spell
got
your
all the
last name,
owners.
sir?
REID.
Thank you. And if you'll take a look at the screen to the right of you, I'm going to scroll through these exhibits. These are the exhibits the village would like to enter into evidence. Exhibit 1,
Signed green card. Yep.
notice of violation. Affidavit of service for the notice of hearings. Exhibit 2, the notice of hearing. Exhibit 3 is verification of ownership. And Exhibit 4 is photographs of the violation. Do you have any objections to these documents?
No.
Thank you.
Okay, admitted without objection. Toyota Avalon.
Correct.
All right, so the tag's out. That's the problem.
Okay, so I already got a temporary tag on it. The vehicle was never disabled. It was reported as being destroyed in error by a towing company last year in October. I wasn't aware of that until I went to renew my registration in February. And I've been working with the DMV in Tallahassee ever since to try to get the situation rectified. And I went to the DMV regional office on the 30th to actually get a confidential VIN check, which was like the last step that they needed to do before the paperwork's supposed to be sent in and it might take a few weeks from then, they said, before this is finished. But I have the paperwork here from that, and I have the registration, the new registration right here that I got when I got the temporary tag.
Now, are those copies or are those the only copies you have?
These are the only ones that the originals.
All right, so good. We're just going to look at them,
Sure.
Counselor, and probably do what we did before, which is acknowledge they exist but not put them in the record.
It's highlighted on the other page. The after the VIN check is done.
You at least have a good news story. I've been doing this for 10 years, and I've never had a destroyed title that had to be undestroyed.
This is unbelievable.
And I understand that it's not filling out one of the normal boxes at the DMV, so they're just going, oh my God.
Right. This has been a nightmare.
So
Yeah.
did,
How long is the temporary tag good for?
The temporary tag is good to, I believe, the 26th it shows on there. And then the gentleman at the DMV said that if it wasn't finished by then, he would issue me a new one.
The 26th of May.
Yes.
I think we should probably give them the 7 date.
And they said that once the towing company is dragging their feet.
They don't want to admit any responsibility or liability. We understand.
And they're the ones that have to send the paperwork in.
That's why I'm going for the July ones, because there's just 1 day to cut it, and if they're being a little less than cooperative, you may need it. Okay, so this is a 7/1/7/14/25.
Yes, sir.
Keep Margaret in the loop.
Okay.
Okay, just let her know, especially when you get it, because when you get it, you're going to call her to come inspect your new lovely yellow sticker.
Okay.
Okay, but while we're waiting along in the process, you can tell her, oh yeah, they finally did, or they're waiting on this. They love just being told.
Yes.
They like gossip.
So I should speak with Margaret?
yep, that's me.
That's
Okay.
her. Call Margaret.
And do you have a extension?
Just call the code enforcement office. Lou will give you to Margaret or take a message.
5134.
I got it.
I want to thank you for
So you have a
helping me
card.
get my garage cleaned out.
Hey,
I've been cleaning out the garage so I can try to get it in there. to
hey,
get
it's a
it off
wonderful thing. I've got a 68 Jeep and an 87 Mustang to go along with my truck, so I am
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of restoring and keeping cars, so yeah. So the towing company called it as destroyed.
Yeah, a month after I picked it up.
They probably are having all kinds of fun too.
They
I just
probably unsure where the car
Oh,
went
okay.
to.
I actually I just contacted a lawyer the other day and explained the situation, and I'm supposed to hear back from them, so I don't know what's going to happen now.
He's going to write a threatening letter, and the people at the towing company are going to be even more freaked out. It's okay. My daughter got her car towed, and the guy reached into her car to turn the wheel to pull it. Her starter with this big old belt buckle, and it just scratched the stuffing out of her driver's door. And I wrote him a nice letter saying, "It's good. It's all good. Just give me the name of your insurance carrier." And all of a sudden, I got a call from a body shop.
Right.
Maybe that will help.
Hopefully.
All right, you'll get an order in the mail, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good luck on your process. All right, and we have, what, Wilma?
Fine mitigation hearings.
Oh, okay. Which one?
With the cleaning,
The cleaning interval.
but it's the last one on the page, sir.
Page 6. Does it have a pleasant odor? I think my mask keeps me from smelling everything.
This is a fine mitigation hearing. It's case 18-1812, 109 Bob White Road, IH6 property, Florida LP.
Like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, fine mitigation request. Exhibit 2, previous order assessing fine. Exhibit 3, verification ownership. Exhibit 4, affidavit of compliance.
Now, do you need her to identify herself or spell her name?
Just state her name for the record. You know who she is.
We all know who you are,
Good
Julie.
morning, Julie Hines, authorized agent for the owner.
Okay. What's the amount of the fine?
$20,200.
Wow. Miss Hines.
Hello there.
Hi.
So we have one that got by us apparently.
Yeah, this must have slipped through the cracks because usually you guys are not that bad on driveway sidewalks.
You know, all I can say, we were going through some reorganization at that time, as you recall, with Ryan leaving, and they had some organization too regarding how the mail was being processed, but for whatever reason, I'm sure there's record of it being received at least at our corporate office, but for some reason they didn't get it uploaded to where I could then work the case and contact the resident.
Okay.
Now the resident has been in there since 2016, so we've never had a chance where we've taken possession of the property and cleaned it up and like we normally would do, so it just really was off of our radar, unfortunately. But thankfully, Officer Hancock let me know that this was ongoing or would still be going on. And as soon as she told us on the 9th, we had someone out there by the 15th and got it taken care of. And
Okay.
I'm just hopeful.
Let's hear what the village has to say, and then we'll hear what you have to say again, because they'll tell me some number. What
Yeah,
number are you
we
telling
would
me?
be amenable to reduction. The village's number would be $4,405.74 payable in 90 days, which would be by 8/12/2021.
I like it the way they have it down to the 74 cents. Isn't that cool?
I was just going to ask you to repeat that. I kind of missed a little bit. It was 4,400.
4405.74, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
4405.74.
I love the 5.74 part of it. It's so precise. Is that okay?
That's fine. Yes, thank you.
Granted by what date? How long do you need to get the check? Because I know these things get through like 500 hoops.
Is 90 days okay?
90?
days.
That's 8/12. That's the date. Is 90 days. August 12th.
So 90 days, pick a date.
August 12th.
8/12.
8/12?
12.
Gotcha. Okay, we'll get you an order in the mail, and you'll get a check, and they'll file a release of lien.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much. You guys too.
Good seeing you too. All right, we're taking a 2-minute break here before we go on to the rest of our agenda. We're through with people, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Your lovely morning meetings mean I put that all.
Trouble? Huh? Trouble? What's that?
You asked if I was cold.
Oh, I said you have trouble. Turn it back up. Huh? It's fine in here. Turn it up. You're cold. Yeah.
We have to break someone new in.
I know.
All right, it is time for us to reconvene. It's 11:14. We can go again.
Okay, we're back to page 1, fine assessment hearings, case 21-0085, 1400 Chorus Way, Oscar E. Chavez.
We'd like to enter the following into evidence. Exhibit 1, order finding violation. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership. And Exhibit 3, pictures.
Okay. Sign green card equals service. It's a blue something. Is it a car or truck?
Truck.
Oh, okay. Good guess.
So this has been out of compliance for 20 days. We're asking for a fine of $500 and continuing.
500 plus continuing is granted.
Thank you.
Next is repeat violations, case 21-0280-10403 Carmen Lane, SRMZ3 LLC.
We'd like to enter the following into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, order finding violation. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. And Exhibit 4, pictures.
Sign green card equals service. Okay, something different. Which is the problem vehicle? The truck?
The truck sitting next to the hedge, that's
Yeah,
considered
with
the
the
front, yes.
replacement hood and backed in. Gotcha. What would you like with these?
This has been out for 29 days at $50 a day, so a fine of $1,450 and continuing.
$14.50 plus continuing is granted.
Thank you.
Next, 21-0298, 205 Dove Circle, Liz Malin and Sergio Morales and Noelio Alvarez.
Code sections 2318B, parking on the front lawn. This is a repeat violation. I observed the violation on 4/20/21. Sent out a notice of violation and notice of hearing on 4/21/21, and it was delivered on 4/24/21. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, previous order finding violation. Exhibit 3, verification ownership. Exhibit 4, picture.
And it's the
Jet ski and the golf cart.
oh they changed them around, huh? One's on
Yeah.
one side, one's on the other.
Yeah. I believe they have moved the jet ski behind the fence where it can be, but the golf cart is still on the front lawn.
Oh well.
This has been out of compliance, for 23 days at $50 a day, so we're asking for a fine of $1,150 and continuing.
$11.50 plus continuing is granted.
Thank you.
Violation hearings on page 2, 20-0883, 862 Lilac Drive, Rebecca M. Johnson.
Code section 2657, dog kennel built without a permit. I observed this on 12/1/20. The notice of violation mailed out 12/1/20 and was posted. The notice of hearing was mailed out 4/6/20 and also posted. I'd like to enter the following into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation with affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing, affidavit of service. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. Exhibit 4, pictures. Exhibit 5, affidavit of compliance.
All right, you have service via posting. Is this a finding of fact?
Yes, sir.
Finding of fact is granted.
Thank you.
Next is 21-0009, 786 Hibiscus Drive, Joan A. Kowalski.
Code Section 2657, shed installed without a permit. I observed this on 1/7/21. The notice of violation was mailed out 1/7/21 and was posted. The notice of hearing was mailed out 4/7/21 and was delivered on 4/9/21 by USPS. Would like to enter the following into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing, USPS tracking. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. Exhibit 4, pictures. Exhibit 5, affidavit of compliance.
All right, you have service via posting and by mail. Is this another finding of fact?
Finding of fact, yes, sir.
Granted.
Thank you.
21-0130, 149 Lexington Drive, Monty A. Marer.
Code Section 1571, 1572, excuse me, removed a tree without a permit. I observed this on 2/22/21. The notice of violation was mailed out 2/23/21 and was signed for on 3/2/21. The notice of hearing was mailed out 3/31/21 and was signed for on 4/9/21. We'd like to enter the following into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. And Exhibit 4, permit information.
All right, so they have a green card that's dated, so it was dropped. All right.
We're asking on this one for compliance by 5/27 or the 6/9 fine assessment hearing or $25 a day fine.
5/27, 6/9/25.
Yes, sir.
Granted.
Thank you.
20-0517, 10562 Fascination Lane, Rochelle M. Healy.
Code Section 622, 108.4, work without a permit, roof structure. Observed the violation on 6/11/20. Sent out notice of violation, certified mail on 7/13/20, and I got it back on 7/25/20. Like to send mailed out notice of hearing, certified mail on 4/6/21, and I got the green card back on that on 4/12/20. Like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. Exhibit 4, AS400 permit information. Exhibit 5, pictures.
All right, you have a signed green card for service. A couple of them, actually.
They have applied for the permit. Is in plan check.
Okay, well, at least they're moving along. So what are you going to give them?
We're asking for compliance by 7/1 or the 7/14 fine assessment hearing or $25 a day fine.
7/17/14/25 is granted.
Thank you.
Top of page 3. 20-0903, is that the right number? Yeah.
2903.
Yep, 20-0903, 115 Raven Court, Paul Mezzetti.
Code Section 2657, canopy without a permit inside setback area. I observed this violation on 12/15/20, sent out notice of violation on 12/15/20. I spoke with the owner and I have USPS tracking information. Sent out notice of hearing, certified mail on 4/6/21. I received that back on 4/12/21. So I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation and USPS tracking. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing. Exhibit 3, verification ownership. Exhibit 4, AS400 permit information. And Exhibit 5, pictures.
Okay, track and confirm gives you service. As is signed COVID card. Or COVID card. Post office. I like their driveway.
Yeah, nice driveway.
Yep.
And this one we're asking again for compliance by 7/1 or the 7/14 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
Granted.
Thank you.
20-0908, 10613 Misty Lane, Omar Fuentes Morales and Norma J. Fuentes.
Code section was 2657, a shed structure on the side of the home without a permit. I observed the violation on 12/18/20, sent out notice of violation on 12/18/20, got it back on 12/30/20, sent out notice of hearing, certified mail on 4/6/21, got the green card back on that on 4/12/21. Like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing. Exhibit 3, verification ownership. Exhibit 4, AS 400 permit information. Exhibit 5, pictures. And Exhibit 6 is an affidavit of compliance.
So after all of this, we're going to do a finding of fact.
Yes,
Yes.
please.
Finding of fact is granted.
Thank you.
21-0158-10616 Fascination Lane, Anthony Kaminsky.
Code sections 2318B and 2317, parking on the front lawn and parking on or over the sidewalk. I observed the violation on 3/4/21, sent out a notice of violation on 3/4/21, got the green card back on 3/11/21, sent out a notice of hearing certified mail on 4/2/21, got that back on 4/5/21. Like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing. Exhibit 3, verification ownership. Exhibit 4, pictures.
Okay.
Oh, and Exhibit 5, well, I don't have an affidavit of compliance, but I should, because I don't have current pictures.
All right, you have signed green cards, you have service.
So when I went yesterday to get my photos, they were not parking there. They were parking the code, so finding a fact would be wonderful.
And it is granted.
Thank you.
21-0296 163 Cordova Circle, Progress Residential Borrower 12 LLC.
Code sections 1557, high grass and weeds. Observed this violation on 4/19/21. Sent out a notice of violation and a notice of hearing on 4/19/21 and posted it to the property. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures. Exhibit 4, affidavit of compliance.
You are on a roll. Finding of fact?
Yes, please.
Granted.
Thank you.
Anything further? I believe that ends our program unless you're doing Shania. Shayna.
No, and for just for the record, case 18 on the fine minutes, 18-1756 was being pulled from the agenda, and the other folks did not appear. So nothing further.
18-1756 was pulled?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Please let the records reflect that I signed the April meeting minutes and gave them back to the soon-to-be departing code secretary. All right. Is that it?
Yes, sir.
Done before lunch.